Hello, nice to have you join us live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus would be on the southeastern region. But before we get into most of the stories coming in from that zone of the country, let's have a look at our top stories making rounds at the moment. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has struck out the appeal by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi, an alleged rights violation. The Appellate Court struck out Kanu's appeal, who has now been convicted of terrorism on the grounds that it lacked merit and had become academic following his conviction for terrorism offenses by a federal high court in Abuja. Delivering judgment, a three-member panel of the Appellate Court found that Kanu's claim that his fundamental rights to human dignity, rights to quality health care, and religion were being breached by his continued detention in the facility of the Department of State Services was no longer feasible since his conviction, life imprisonment sentence, and remand in prison custody. In the lead judgment, Justice Bolorun Koroma Ugo held that the substance of the case has become academic because Kanu's lawyer, Maxwell Okpara, confirmed that his client was being held in Sokoto prison. Subsequently, the court could no longer order him to be moved to Kuje prison, to which he had sought to be relocated to from his DSS custody. Justice Ugo further held that, having earlier exhibited preference for prison custody, the court could no longer grant his prayers since he has been convicted and sent to the prisons where he had wanted to be kept. We start off in Abia State, where the state's governor, Dr. Alex Oti, says security remains his administration's top priority, insisting that safeguarding lives and property comes before any other development effort. Speaking during the familiarization visit by the new General Officer commanding 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Oluremi Fadairo, Governor Oti gave assurances of the state government's full cooperation. He reiterated that his administration places the highest premium on security despite the huge financial demands associated with sustaining it.
Anything you do without prioritizing security will go into nothing. If people cannot sleep with their two eyes closed, no matter how much investment you put in, nobody will patronize it. And that's why we remain awake so that our people can sleep. So we want to assure you that you will get the maximum cooperation and support from the state. And having served here in the past, it's not a new place to you.
The GOC, who also leads the Southeast Joint Task Force, Operation Udoka, thanks the governor for the state's continued support to security agencies and reaffirms the Army's commitment to strengthening security in Abia State and the entire Southeast zone.
I want to seize this opportunity to seek for the support and the cooperation of good people of Abia State, in which they have been doing before, to support all the security agencies, not only the army. These criminal elements in the state, they cannot be as wise as all of us in this place, because I believe we have the best brain that Nigeria can produce in the security sectors. It's just for us to dig deep and make sure we do the right thing. The synergy amongst security agencies must be there. And also the whole society approach also, because we must also talk about the communities coming forth to assist the security agencies. It's not a one-way thing. So with this, I think criminality in Abia State will be a thing of the past. And the role of Southeast, all of us coming together like this from time to time, we are going to achieve a lot.
Staying in Abia State, the state's governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has declared open the maiden Abia Turkey Investment Summit and Product Exhibition, a three-day event aimed at strengthening bilateral trade ties and attracting global partnerships to the state. Speaking during the summit, holding at the International Conference Center, Umuahia, Dr. Alex Oti said the summit represents a major step towards expanding Abia's economic frontiers and positioning the state as an emerging destination for manufacturing, agriculture, SME development, and industrial innovation.
It's the maiden edition of the Abia Turkey Investment Summit and Product Exhibition, a gathering designed to foster mutually beneficial economic partnerships and deepen trade and investment relations between Abia State and the Republic of Turkey and Nigeria at large. During the event, Governor Alex Oti says his administration is committed to attracting foreign investment and unlocking new opportunities for the state, urging participants, especially investors from Turkey, to invest in agriculture, textile production, and other growing sectors.
I'm glad that the Ministry of Agriculture is actively involved in this summit. So I will encourage you to visit the ministry staff or arrange a sit-down with the Honorable Commissioner to discuss opportunities within the agricultural value chain in all the local government areas.
In his remarks, the commercial counselor of the Turkish Embassy in Nigeria, Faith Tungzo, called for sustained collaboration with Abia State, noting that such alliances would open new opportunities for both sides.
We see this partnership not only as a breach of trade, but also as a breach of friendship, because genuine commerce began with trust. The steps we take today will build a bridge not only between two economies, but between two futures.
Meanwhile, Special Advisor to the Governor on Investment Promotion and Public-Private Partnership, Mr. Green Amanze, announces that deliberate reforms by the state government has positioned Abia State as a choice destination for both local and foreign investors.
Today's summit is more than an event. It is a bridge one that connects opportunities, strengthens friendship, and usher in a new era of shared prosperity.
Participants are optimistic that the discussions on partnerships will unlock new pathways for development and cooperation.
Still in Abia State, Governor Alex Oti has presented a proposed budget of 1.16 trillion naira for the 2026 fiscal year to members of the State House of Assembly. Presenting the budget at the State House of Assembly in Umuahia, the state's capital, the governor says the budget tagged Budget of Acceleration and New Possibilities reflects a 13% increase from the 2025 appropriation.
The size of the total envelope proposed for the 2026 fiscal year is 1.016 trillion, and that is 1,316,228,072,651 naira 99 kobo. This figure represents a 13% increase from the 2025 appropriation numbers and captures the scale of our ambition to drive rapid socioeconomic growth and sustained development through investments in infrastructural projects, social services, security, and similar outlays that are at the heart of the ongoing transformation of the state. In consistency with the standard that had been set since the presentation of our first budget proposal 2 years ago, we shall commit 811.8 billion, representing 80% of the entire outlay to the execution of capital projects, while the sum of 204.4 billion, representing 20% of the budget, shall be committed to recurrent spending. A total outlay of 811.8 billion for capital projects represents a 32% jump from our 2025 proposal.
In a bid to fulfill the vision of making Ebonyi State the industrial hub of the Southeast, Governor Francis Nwifuru has announced plans to establish a state-owned cement factory as part of efforts to industrialize the state. The proposed factory is conceived as a successor to the defunct NigerCem, Nigerian Cement Company factory, which was Nigeria's first indigenous cement plant located in Nkalagu, Ishielu local government area. The State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry disclosed that the project is included in the state's proposed 884 billion naira 2026 budget, christened Budget of Actualization and Hope, adding that the state's government has a plan to borrow 150 billion naira to kickstart the construction of the cement factory, which will create jobs and reduce the rate of unemployment among the youths.
We'll continue to settle or wait for the issues of NigerCem. We are already denying our youths the benefit of securing a good job for them through having a cement industry. That's why the 2026 budget is housing establishment of state-owned cement industry. And to tell you how serious the state governor and the state government are on this issue, geared towards at least certainly sure of thousands of Ebonyians that are going to be gainfully employed. And then the state government budgeted 150 billion naira for this project.
In a world where destructive choices seems like easy options, role models are emerging as a powerful antidote to show that success, identity, and purpose can be achieved through constructive means like education, skills acquisition, and community contribution. In an event tagged Grand Celebration of the 2025 Anambra Community Role Models, the youth wing of the Anambra State Town Union Council, ASTUC, deploys the strategy of growing role models to propagate the 12 core values that govern the youths of Anambra State by providing positive examples and a tangible vision of a better future.
The youth wing of the Anambra State Town Union Council, ASTUC, is celebrating 3 role models who are drawn from each of the 3 senatorial districts of the state and whose lives have had a positive impact on Anambra youth. The gathering in Awka, the state capital, explores the impact of role models in shaping the lives of young people, as well as ensuring that youths live productive lives through skill acquisition and entrepreneurial programs.
We have trained over 10,000, not just training them free. They are not only skilled up, they are not only reskilled, they are also empowered. We have up to 65 skill areas that the Anambra youth are all engaged in. So those of you who are here, you are representing your various communities. Be sure that the youth in your community all benefit from this. On behalf of the people, our people.
It's time to decorate the 3 outstanding individuals as mega role models for the youth. And this part of the ceremony aims to inspire and guide them towards positive values and achievements. The honorees, Reverend Father Basile Kunife from Anambra North, Mr. Ebuka Onunkwo from Anambra South, and Mr. Chinedu Umeadi from Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, who is represented, are all inducted into the Advisory Council of the Youth Wing of ASTUC.
My first attraction was the transparency behind this process. That was my first question. Are you going to be transparent about it? Are you going to make sure that politicians will never hijack it? I wouldn't like any situation where my name will be brought to shame or disabled. And they are sure. And from the information I gather from various quarters, they really tried. And I don't my cap.
The recognition is not for the lifestyle that I will start living, but for the lifestyle that I have been living over the years. And I'm promising the youth of Anambra State that I'm not going to change from my way of life that made them to nominate me and recognize me today.
The Astok Youth President General, Mr. Ken Okoli, explains the rationale behind the selection of the 3 role models.
We are using this role model project as a way of inculcating these values in our young people, because these values are there. Every youth that does not have anything doing, we must identify them, because this is the time we are saying operation no idleness. Any community that we have a youth that is there, we will see that that youth is engaged. And every community that has companies that are operating, we are going to be identifying them, because we are going to be asking them, what are you doing to contribute to what we are doing to make sure that every youth is engaged.
The event highlights the importance of promoting positive role modeling, mentorship, and value-based leadership, especially among young people.
Back. Now let's get more on community youth development initiatives in Anambra State. We're joined by the President General of the Youth Wing of Anambra State's Town Union Council, Mr. Ken Okoli. He joins us via Zoom. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Why is it important for the Youth Wing of the Anambra State Town Union Council to identify and promote role models within the community?
Yeah, as Astok is an umbrella body that oversees the affairs of young people of Anambra State, and as an umbrella body that oversees the affairs of young people in Anambra State, the leadership thought it wise to ensure that we first and foremost stand as role models to young people who we are leading, and then also provide a framework that will showcase role models who we have in our society and who will symbolize those values we have been able to identify in a book that we wrote, published 2 years ago. And you titled it, I believe, in Anambra. And the book was written as a result of the 4th key pillar of Mr. Governor's agenda, governance and value system. And joining from there, we were inspired by that 4th key pillar. Of course, we see that 4th key pillar as an invitation for us, the youth leaders in Anambra, for 109 communities, to participate in the governance and value system of Anambra State.
Okay. Now, how can positive role models influence the behavior, mindset, and aspirations of young people across Anambra communities? What are these role models going to be doing to ensure that they leave a lasting impact on the young people in the community?
Okay, the role models we've been able to select, because what we did was we developed a template for selecting these role models. We asked each community, of course, Anambra State has 479 communities. So we asked each community to send us one person, and from that one person, we had 179. At a time, we asked the community to reduce it to 21, because we have 21 local government councils in Anambra State. As they reduce it to 21, then because we have also 3 senatorial zones in Anambra State, we asked the committee put up a template for the youth leaders to nominate from the 21 star role models we had. And when they did the nomination, the people that ranked first in each senatorial zone, the people that ranked first in each senatorial zone, we are selected to stand as mega star role models. And what we are looking at these people in the society, of course, one of them even said it, that it is not what you receive is not what he's going to be, it's not about what he's going to do tomorrow, but it's about the life he has already lived, which is already validating that he is living an exemplary life that young people are to emulate. You can see that one of them is a Reverend Father, One of them is the philanthropist and also a business tycoon. One of them is not even based in Anambra, but is living in Canada, but is always participating in the community, in development of his community. So these people, their profile is already known to the young people. They are standing as a source of inspiration to these young people, and for them, we have already given them another task that they should sustain whatever they are doing that made young people to select them. So for us, we also tell them that in our journey to 2026, we are going to also be briefing them, because we have also made them to be members of Astok Youth Council. So we are going to be getting them up to date what we are doing, and also getting suggestions from them, what can work and what will not work. And then they are also there to encourage us in what we are doing to ensure that young people are following the right step and doing the things that promote the environment where they live in, even if when they go outside the environment at Anambra State. But they should remember that they are light of the nation, because you know that Anambra State is the only state in this country that this slogan is the light of the nation. So those values we identified in a book titled "I Believe in Anambra" is what we are also using to let them know that these values are what they should stand for. And these are the values that guided us in selecting these megastar role models that we celebrated last Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much. We have been joined by the President General of the Youth Wing of the Anambra State Town Union Council, Mr. Ken Okoli. Thank you for your time on the program, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Moving on, staying in Anambra State's Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo has appealed to the 2025 Batch C Stream 1 core members to uphold patriotism, discipline, and impactful service during their stay in the state, urging them to make a difference in their host communities and leave a lasting impact. He made the charge during their swearing-in ceremony at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Ugwala local government area of Anambra State, where he was represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Youth Entrepreneurship, Martin Agbili.
Batch C Stream 1 Youth Corps members gather for their swearing-in ceremony at the NYSC Orientation Camp in Umawulu, Oka South local government area of Anambra State. 1,617 corps members successfully registered for this orientation course.
Our young compatriots,
representing the Commissioner for Youth Entrepreneurship, a ministry official welcomes the young men and women who will spend close to a month in camp before deployment to their various places of primary assignment.
Your arrival in Anambra State marks the beginning of an exciting and transformative journey. We are delighted to receive you. Let me remind you that the orientation course is a life-shaping component of the NYSC program. Over the next 3 weeks, you will participate in physical training, leadership drills, skill acquisition, entrepreneurship classes, and community engagement lectures. I charge you to participate fully, obey camp rules, uphold discipline, and remain security conscious. You are ambassadors of your families.
May I have the permission to join our leadership?
The oath-taking ceremony is administered by the Chief Judge of Anambra State, represented by Justice Vincent Agbata of the Nnewi Judicial Division.
And speak. First as a Nigerian. I have your permission to carry on with the rest of the parade.
Afterwards, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Youth Entrepreneurship, standing in for Governor Chukwuma Soludo, charges them to make meaningful contributions to the communities and institutions where they will serve.
We have a deep appreciation for the transformative role of this scheme. Our communities, rural and urban alike, continue to feel the impact of core members who contribute in education, healthcare delivery, agriculture, ICT, community development, and public service.
The Anambra State NYSC Director congratulates the new corps members, assuring them that their welfare remains a top priority.
I want to assure them that the environment is quite conducive. We have put a lot in place to ensure their security, their welfare. They have nothing to be afraid about. So we advise them to continue to lean on the core values of the National Youth Service Corps that we are imparting in them, to be disciplined, to be patriotic, and then show some humility in service.
The orientation camp is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities to support the corps members who will participate in various activities and training programs designed to prepare them for deployment to communities across Anambra State.
Thank you.
Now, over in Imo State, the state chapter of the Nigeria Veterinary Medical Association has renewed its call to the Imo State government for the immediate recruitment of professionals into the Ministry of Livestock Development, particularly its veterinary department. The chairperson of the association in Imo State, Dr. Peace Edokwe, made this call during the association's end-of-year program and award ceremony in Owerri, the Imo State's capital, with the theme repositioning veterinary practice in Imo through collaborative partnerships. Our correspondent, Eitokwe Kute, reports.
Members of the Imo State chapter of the Nigeria Veterinary Medical Association gathered for the association's end-of-the-year program and award, often used to highlight the need to strengthen veterinary services in Imo State. The state chairperson, Dr. Peace Edokwe, believes this is important because 75% of human diseases originate from animals. She warns that the death of qualified veterinarians in markets, abattoirs, border posts, and clinics leaves Imo State vulnerable to zoonotic diseases such as rabies and avian influenza.
My appeal to the state government of Imo State is to consider the employment of veterinary doctors into the in the Ministry of Livestock Development and also the veterinary department of the same ministry, because the vets are critical stakeholders, or rather, they are like the people that help to safeguard both human and animal health. Because if you look at most of the diseases that affect humans, most of these that are shared between humans and animals, we call them zoonoses. This disease, about 75% of diseases that affect human beings come from animals. And if the vet is not there to intercept the disease in the animal sector, it will cross to the human beings. We're talking about avian influenza, commonly known as bird flu. We're talking about diseases like rabies. You know, rabies, you don't talk much about it, but the truth is that rabies is still very, very prominent and is endemic in this state and in Nigeria as a whole.
Another threat to the profession is quackery, a menace the NVMA also describes as a danger to public health. The association believes that professionalism, diligence, and strict adherence to ethical standards are essential to eliminating quack veterinary doctors from the system.
The way forward for us is for us veterinarians to always come out and show professionalism. Because if we don't come out to show our profession, the veterinary space, just like I said, will be encroached by quacks. So we should always put forth ourselves in professional act, do our job diligently, always practice veterinary medicine with the ethics of the profession in the country.
Despite the challenges, practitioners encourage continuous advocacy, public enlightenment, and collaboration with government agencies.
From University of Ibadan. So in that position, I think I can advise the younger vets. And advise them appropriately, telling them what passion and veterinary practice require. They require also to cooperate with and partner with one of them. They also to create awareness amongst themselves so that the vet profession can be looked at something very veritable, very useful for the economy. And that is the summary of what we did.
As IMO aligns with the National Livestock Development Agenda, veterinary professionals insist that the government must recruit more veterinarians, rebuild critical infrastructure, and stamp out quackery to ensure the protection of both animals and humans. Eitokwe Kute, Channels Television News.
And that's where we'll drop the anchor in this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. News Track comes up at the top of the hour.